You cook? Not really, no. Miss Christine, don't put me on blast on the podcast. I can cook. I can make like the basics, but I'm not the person that you call for Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. She gonna get me together.
We all have different gifts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Welcome back to Thoughts in the Glass podcast. I'm Latoya.
And I'm Kendra.
And this is a weekly podcast where we share our unfiltered thoughts and opinions on a variety of topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us on a conversation of real, raw, and ridiculously funny commentary.
Period. Every week we do a drink of the night.
The drink might the same from last. Look at part one.
We still drinking the punch.
We on the punch, okay? We on a little bit of rum punch, okay? All right.
So this is part 2. We're back with Miss Christine. And when we left off, before we took our break, we were talking about your second husband, Mr. Scott. And he done got locked up, incarcerated. And you said, I'm getting up out of there.
Well, I was taking orders
Mm-hmm.
because I could not catch them on the rent, and they was not going to rent the place to me.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got up out of there,
Found the room right on.
found me an empty room. I put all my stuff in that room and along with me, and so I was able to keep my access.
Mm-hmm.
And don't ask me where I went from that room to where did I go, because I kind of lost track. But I do know that.
But that's okay. It's been what, almost 60 plus years since then?
60 plus years.
Yeah, so it's okay to lose track.
But one thing, I was never in the street.
Amen.
Somebody had taken me in, or either I had gotten in some kind of way. But anyway, and from there, I met a very nice friend who always knew how to make the connection. So I was able to get into housing project.
Okay.
And from there, he said he could help to get me in. And so he did. He was very instrumental in getting me into the housing projects. So I could I have a shelter for myself and my children.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I remained in the housing project until from there, I was able to finish putting my kids through school, college. And then after that was finished, then I decided I said, now they have all grown and gone. I enrolled. I was working at Howard University Hospital, walking distance from Armstrong High School. And I decided I was going to, after leaving work, I would go to night school at Armstrong to get my high school diploma.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went there, I had a vision. I'm going to go to get my high school diploma, and I'm going to get myself another husband.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was 50, it was the ending for a new beginning. I got my high school diploma, and I got my husband all in a year of 19, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, and that marriage, I was into that marriage, and we had a good marriage, and we had some good times, and I was there until my husband was deceased. But after 38 years, but we had known each other for like 40 years, because we dated like 2 years prior to we getting married. So we was married I had 38 good years of marriage, me for my husband.
So to me, that story, your story with Mr. John, I feel like would give people a lot of hope now that are getting married later on in life, because y'all didn't get married till you were in your 50s.
I was 50 and he was 55.
So I feel like it's a lot of women now that have lost hope, that, because we're almost 40. So like our friends and stuff like that who haven't gotten married yet may feel like it's not that
it's never over,
but it's but you feel like that.
Yeah.
Well, why are you feeling that way?
I don't, but I feel like some people can feel that way.
And they do feel that way. And I'll tell you what, as long as you're feeling that way, it's not going to happen.
Oh, wow. So you saying change your mindset.
It's your
And your
mindset
reality.
and your determination.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you and Mr. John rekindle? Because I know we were kind of talking.
I will never forget that one either.
Okay.
Nah, that was a long story. How did that? You remember that plane came down in 14th Street Bridge?
What year was this? Now, you said that it was 19 something, but if I'm doing my math correctly, this may have been like 1983, 1985.
I think it was 8 because you got married 2 years after Mommy.
Yeah.
So Mommy got married in. Terrence was born in 84. She got married in 83. So you got married in 86.
Kendra was just being born. Yeah. So I don't remember.
You're right. Talking when the plane came down in 14th Street.
Mm-mm.
Well, I was on my way. I was driving at that time. And I was coming out Rhode Island Avenue. It was backed up from here to yonder. Mm-hmm. Because there was a snowstorm. Mm-hmm. That's what's called that plane to go down in 14th Street Bridge. And so I was home alone, and he was home because he was working. I was not working. I think we was all work for like 3 days. I don't know how many days it was. And it was just something through communication. We started talking because with me working at Howard, he came through the lobby one day, and we hadn't seen each other in years. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, killing. And so we exchanged phone numbers. Mm-hmm. I was sitting right down that desk. I would never forget. And he was there to see the same friend's wife that we had introduced us early in the year.
Oh, okay. Porter.
Yes. Yeah, the Porter.
Okay.
Yes, he said that he was there to see Florine. And so changed phone numbers. So with me being bound up in the house and he being in the house, and we just started conversation through conversation. Mm-hmm. And so I said to him, I will never forget what I said to him. I said, this storm is passed over. So people start moving around again. I said, first thing I want to do is go out and get myself a TV, because at that time, I did not have a TV in the house. Something was going on I didn't have. And so he said, well, Michael, that was his son. He said, Michael had been in the service, in the Marine, and had come to retire. He said, he have a fan. He said, I would come out there and take you to buy you a TV. Mm-hmm. But honey, when he came out there, and when he put that money down the counter for that TV, I said, this is it.
This is it. Don't play with her.
For you.
Yeah.
And if it's too much information, it's too much information. But from what I gather, you ain't even put that thing on him yet. And he don't.
No. Just a little conversation.
She got the TV. I need to learn. They buying TVs off the phone conversation.
And transportation.
And transportation. Okay.
Listen.
Okay. You ain't gonna pick up what you putting down, please.
He never drove.
So it was his son that came and got you.
Yeah, because his son had been in the Marine, and he came out and bought her before the SUVs.
Oh, like a
box truck
or the
station
caravan.
It was big enough. It was something between a car. It's like I call it. But they didn't call it at that time. It was called something else. Mm-hmm. But that's in the 80s. What was everything was so famous then?
The Broncos?
Maybe it was called. I don't know. But anyway, his son had that. And so, from that it was history. And so I would say one thing I got out of this marriage. Many other things. I had a good husband and a good provider. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking for someone, what are you looking for? Just a good-looking man, a good what? He can be good looking, but not a good provider. Mm-hmm. That's what I had in number 2. Mm-hmm.
He was good looking with no fundage.
He wasn't providing nothing.
He wasn't providing nothing but
he couldn't even keep the roof over the head.
He just out here having a time. So after you and Mr. John got married, I know that you were still working. He retired from working on the railroad.
The time we got married. And everybody think you crazy.
Yeah.
I know what the income would be like.
And y'all, he's 55.
He's 55.
So he probably has already put in 25 years.
Oh, he was retirement age, yeah. Because he had a health condition. And everybody thought I was crazy marrying a sick man. And it was so funny, Mr. Williams. Is Williams gone? I think all his co-workers are not gone. Mm. And so that was about 5 or 6 years after we was married. And he and Williamson used to work together. He said, man, you should have been married to this woman a long time ago. He said, she done bought. I thought you would have been gone.
That's the you get you a good woman.
Bring that health and vitality.
Yes, exactly. She's gonna take care of you.
Miss Christine brought the favor of the Lord.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. So one of the things I talked about on the podcast previously, and Crystal brought it up, Mommy still gets it. What with the allowance? I was talking to Latoya about this.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, I've got to learn the ways.
Teach us.
So first off, was it something like for you knew that you wanted this, or was it like how did that come about?
Well, number one, I was gonna be a good wife, and I'm still a good wife. I've always been a good wife. I was gonna pay one of the bills, and you know he didn't force it. Well, I didn't think my husband give me an allowance, and it was a plus right there. Mm-hmm. I had no bills to pay, and I tell everyone to learn how to pay bills because for a long time I knew how to pay bills. For a long time I didn't pay any bills, and your mother would, well, you don't have no bills to pay. No, because you was paying them when I got there.
Okay. What I got to do with your stuff?
Point made.
What I got to do with your stuff? So you get your allowance.
So, wait a minute, but the allowance was his idea.
Yes.
I think it's all boiling back to choosing the right one.
Yes.
Because he started that.
Yes.
Even in the midst of even knowing that you're still working, you still have your own stuff, he just wanted to do more to provide for you.
Yeah. Same thing, I applied for credit. No, my husband, I don't know what he was getting. I don't know if he was getting something done to the house or what it was. But you know how they going to ask for 2 incomes. And so I asked for 2 incomes or whatever. And so I submitted my credit. I had no credit. Mm-hmm. And so when they did the research, they found out that there was a credit that was there. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what it was. And I asked him. He didn't know nothing about it. And I didn't know nothing about it. And so I called whoever and asked me a few questions. And they told me who it was and what the credit card was on.
When it was?
Miss Smart Galen, my youngest daughter. Mm-hmm. See, because when I left the house, I transferred the house over to her. Mm-hmm. So naturally, the credit cards continue to come. She started using them, honey.
Wow. But so did she mess it up? Did she do good, though?
Well, what I want to know, who was paying this bill?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was she paying it?
Yes. And they told me who was paying it.
Oh, so she got a credit card in your name and was just paying, but she did do right by your credit.
She messed the credit up.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not right. No. But if you're going to do it, do it the right way.
And she paid it, and I wanted to know who was paying them. So they told me who it was.
But I guess she had to pay because if she didn't, then they would have alerted her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you're living on 8th Street, Missouri. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you are baking from home. You have your clientele, people coming in. How did you get into getting into the stores? Because you were in the Horse and Dickey's.
Oh.
And it was another coffee place.
Coffee place. How did I get into it? Well, you know what? I was baking and selling. And I had just wanted a place where I could just put my goods and let somebody sell it for me. Because it was getting to be a bit too much. And then I was doing my little rag business on the side. What I call the rag business with the clothes. Mm-hmm. And it was just getting, and what happened with that was I prayed to God to let me find a place where I could market my goods, just to do wholesale work. Mm-hmm. And so, how did I meet Horse and Dickey's? I don't know how Dick and I met.
Wait a minute. Dick is the owner of Horse and Dickey's.
Yeah, right. Trust and H Northeast.
The games that she does not play. She don't just go and be up in somewhere. I said the owner, you know. Yeah. I don't know how I met Dick.
I really don't. How did Dick and I meet? How did I get up in that mix? I was the one on 7th Street, Culture Coffee. I know how I got that one.
How did you get Culture Coffee?
I just walked in there one day and asked the lady something about the cakes. And she said, what is, and I told about the pound cake. She said, you do pound cakes? I said, yeah. That was history. I started them pound cakes for her because she said she was looking for somebody to do pound cakes.
Closed mouths don't get fed is what she said. Mm-hmm. You got to go, if you want something, you got to go out here and get it.
And it's out there. Dick, and how did I get up in that business? 11 H Northeast. And that was a good business. I really don't know.
It's okay. It's all right. But you was up in there. That's
So
the
That's the moral of the story.
Right.
You was up in there.
I've been there.
She said, I've been there.
It is so funny how these things, because you pray about things and you see, because I had wanted to do that, put my business in a store that they could sell. I don't know how they how, but I know that's a cold culture coffee, because when they finished, she said somebody told me that it was a coffee shop on 8th Street, and she was a black lady, Miss Cooper. We still talk. She better come in town next weekend. So she'll probably pop in here to see me. Oh God. It's just so amazing when you set your mind to do something and you want to do it, and it will happen. I just can't see people sitting there. What the outline is a devil's workshop.
Amen. Listen, you speaking my language, cause
I
can't stand it. I cannot stand it.
If you ain't come from nowhere, you're not going no place.
And the message is what they said.
It's just and you know what? I just want to tell young people, when I talk with anyone, what are your goals in life? Or do you have a goal? They think you're talking about a gold ring, a gold chain. We got to define. And another thing, we got to learn to, I call it self-educate ourselves. See, my father could not read or write, but he was a self-entrepreneur. Nobody could grow a sweet potato patch better than he could. And he would take the potato slips and sell them. You know what a potato slip is? When you see those little small potatoes, he'd bed it, put in that soil and make a bed. Oh, he would just cultivate stuff, make it look so nice. And every potato had to be in its right place at the right time. And then from that potato, when you put a potato in the ground, it's going to sprout up. You may say sprout. But that would bring on a potato, what we call them potato slips. And you got to take that potato slip and break it off from the potato, put it in a bunch, and you sell them.
So people can start their own.
That's crazy to even think to do that. So thinking about where you've come from and the things that we've all gone through and going through the civil rights movement and things like that, I wanted to get your thoughts on, I know I was with you, of course, when President Obama came into office. Oh, yeah. And so when you come from a place where your dad was a sharecropper, the highest education was 7th grade, walking to get to school, all of these things, what was it like going from the Jim Crow South up here and then seeing a black president for you?
One thing was impossible. Everything is possible, but you got to believe it. A lot of people didn't think we would have a black president, but look how many people voted for him. Over what man? If you're black, stay back. Oh no, I'm back and I'm coming forward. And that should give every black man out here, black woman, that you can do it. That's the reason why I never say what you can't do. I don't fool with rejects. Because some people think because you're black, like Jennifer, gonna be the next black president. So you got to plant the seed in your children.
So you say Jonathan is the next president, but Aiden gonna be congressman.
All right, so I'm sorry, phone overheated, y'all. We back. Wow. Okay, so while the video had went on, and because this was funny to me, she was talking about how when mommy went to school.
Oh yeah. When people call her house, she'd answer, your white daughter.
So they had never seen her. They just going off of how she answers the phone. Oh wow.
So my mom, just a little backstory. So my mom, after leaving the Pennsylvania school, she ended up going to. Did she get a scholarship to Tufts?
Full ride to Tufts University.
Full ride to Tufts University in Boston. So now she's had 2 children. Single mom in DC, living in housing, 2 children now with full ride to
out of state college.
Well, one was in state, but now we're at an Ivy League school,
right?
In 1970. I mean, what more can you say?
Is that history?
I believe
And,
so.
and the thing is, the level of history that you have made, and sometimes I'm astounded because I haven't heard a lot of these stories. Like I'll get like kind of little bits and pieces, and we'll have good conversation. But kind of going down that memory lane of the legacy that you come from, and even myself being a single parent and knowing that no matter how many
like hurdles
and the statistic that is of what you could be considered as a single parent, your children can still be all of the things. And having someone that I have aspired to and can look up to and have a path in that, and not just in being a woman and all, but just also being a really good parent.
Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you about the money situation
yes,
too.
tell me about it. Listen, I'm here for the tea. So what happened?
Daddy was an entrepreneur. So what he made and what he didn't pay, he told us one thing in life: don't borrow and don't beg. If you don't have it, learn how to do without it. And if you need it, find a way to get it. Is that good philosophy?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and can be used today. Yeah. Because a lot of people are thinking that are actually spending money they don't have before they earned it, and you're ready to pay somebody else for what they can do themselves.
And the next thing, another phrase I hate, and I hate it being used so loosely: the average person live from payday to payday. Think about it. Did your ancestors have a payday?
No.
You live until you die. The payday does not keep you alive. The average person live until they die. There's no such thing living from payday to payday. Daddy, I never seen a piece of paper check come in the mailbox.
But he still provided.
Yeah. My daddy was a peddler. And I'd ride down the Lockhart Mill up in that wagon with him. You know what a wagon is? We get up, stay up all night, half of the night, picking and getting this stuff together. We go on we live from a mill town. Watermelon, cantaloupes, string beans, okra. Go down and sell it. And like I said, it was meal time and it was healing. He would take, and I would be up in that wagon with him hopping down that road. And the mules, Mary and Bell was two mules. Pulling this way. And he leave me at the bottom of the hill. You know, that man was a hard worker. And then he'd go up on them hills because the wagon couldn't go up the hill. And the mule, and I'd mind the mules.
Oh, okay.
Or he'd take the stuff to go to these different houses, you know.
Yes, good.
So he would sell like from door to door?
Yeah.
Oh. So when you said that, I thought maybe y'all had like he was set up on his truck, but he's taking his goods from door to door.
Door to door.
Wow.
He didn't let them have food, his stuff. And he was a self-made man. You don't let nobody do things that you can do for yourself.
Yeah.
And then he'd come back. I've seen my father. He'd take off his shirt, sweat. You know, when you sweat, you know, that's salt. And his clothes could stand up.
Wow.
When they dry, but that salt was in his clothes. And then when he'd finished selling everything, he had to sell all them watermelons. And how did he do it? I don't know. But he taking those little pennies, and that was during Hoover's time. That was one of the presidents in the White House. Almost like what we about to, somebody gonna be faced with today with this trick in the White House. And and the banks would bust it. I didn't know what he said. He said banks would never go busted. And with his money in there.
So he didn't put his money in the bank. He didn't trust
it. Is it to be trusted?
Is it at this point? At this point.
And so he didn't put his money in the bank. I don't know what daddy stole that money. But when he got his little bill, got his little chain and put it in dollar bills, I don't know what it was. But I remember I was very young during that time too, because I was born in 13. I was born during the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
And who came in? Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
And that money had deteriorated. So when he taken it to Arthur State Bank in Union, it was had they couldn't use it.
Wow.
You know what they had to do with that money?
What?
Send up here to Washington D.C. to the building for them renew it.
So he took it to the Treasury. Like how did they do that?
The bank would do it.
The bank up here, the bank in DC would do it.
The bank in South Carolina.
Oh, the bank in South Carolina would do it.
Yeah, and
so the bank in South Carolina would send the money to banks up here
to renew
to
it,
exchange it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey.
Wow.
And so he always said he would never put his money in a white man's bank.
Mm-hmm.
My father, he was not prejudiced, but he said a white man would never tell him what to do. They called him assassin in the end.
We just don't have time for that.
But I can understand. I mean, I feel like it's common sense, but like I can understand that. Like, you not even one generation, you're that close to being enslaved, and you have your freedom.
And they still had that slave mentality. And the white man still.
Him saying a white man would never tell me what to do, it's like, because we've been there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going backward to that.
Mhm.
Right? I understand where he was coming from with.
Yeah. Because see, we're a plantation owner. We didn't know. We're sharecroppers.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a sharecropper, you know what a sharecropper is?
Yes.
When you're working the white man's land, and he could tell you what to plant and where to plant it, because you was working his land. He said a white man would never tell him what to do. And the main goals there for, I guess you call it, whatever, survivors, was to plant cotton. And he said, because his children could not eat cotton.
Oh, so he said, I ain't planting no cotton.
He would plant it,
but he can't eat it.
But because you know what, he's always planting something they could eat.
Oh, okay. So he'll plant cotton to make money, but he also gonna plant some stuff that y'all could eat.
Because he's on that white man's land. And there were some of those Negroes right there in Union County, that's all they knew was planting cotton. And they couldn't eat it. But they may have a little small garden, but Daddy would always make something he could make $1 on, make his own money. When you make your own money, can't nobody tell you how to do it. So this is what I would like to see us being more industrial than what we are today.
I don't know if we're gonna get there.
We talk about this because we talk about like with Rhonda now planting, growing her garden and stuff like that, and really getting into
industrial. I read in one of my books. I read a lot about African. If you can't clothe and feed yourself, you know your life. You still enslaved.
Yeah.
We literally just had this conversation.
Yeah.
We literally just had that conversation about when you're so reliant on everything else,
depending on somebody else to do it for you.
How can you call yourself truly free?
We're not free. And you know, I said today, when we don't have restaurants anymore for us. Very few.
What do you mean?
What I mean, who come here providing food for us, feeding us?
Oh, you mean like who owns the restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, like foreigners.
Yeah.
I understand.
They carry out places.
Yeah.
Where do we go flopping and buying Chinese food?
It's not too many. But the thing about it is, I don't know why we have this mentality, because then you get these Black-owned restaurants of people that's trying to do it, but for some reason, it's two things will either happen. Either one, they feel like, well, we got to be high end, we got to be fancy, and your community a lot of times you price them out, or you'll be in like you'll have a lower price point, but then the quality is lacking. I feel like that. I feel like
I'm gonna tell you where this come from. I don't care what you do. You got to be in to make money.
mm-hmm.
The next thing about those Koreans, they work together.
They sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do.
Yeah. The crab in a barrel for us is very prevalent in our community.
They work together.
Yeah. And I think too, we get to a point where we don't have grace for our community.
Mhm.
Like you work with a black owned business, and the first time they do something wrong, well, I ain't going back.
Mhm.
But it's like McDonald's can mess up your order, and you keep going back to them.
Right.
That minister said, we got some major problems.
I mean, but when I hear you tell your story, it does make me feel like though we have made a lot of progress, even though as a community
we not where we were.
Yeah, we not where we were. We not where we should be, but we not where we were. So I'm not gonna say I'm accepting it because I feel like we still have work to do, but I can appreciate as much problems as we have now, we are still the same black people that fought for our civil rights, that did come up out of slavery, that was able to go to college and get jobs and work in the government. Like it's like two sides of a coin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we did have a black president. It's like we make those steps, but then yeah, we still got some work we gotta do.
There's still work to be done because we're still living. There's plenty. The harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few.
I mean, okay, clock. Okay.
Now, Mary McLeod Bethune, that's my girl.
Mm-hmm.
What did she do?
What did she do? She started the school, right?
Yeah. How did she start that school?
Now you quizzing me.
See, I quiz. You said book of Encyclopedia African American. She was a smart woman. No education, but she was smart. She used what she had. She won a scholarship. She been denied a thing. She was denied. Won a law school. I think she wanted to go to law school. She got turned down, and she herself was qualified. But you know what disqualified her? There was two things. Number one, she was a female. Number two,
she was black.
We talk about this all the time. It's
but she didn't stop.
Yes.
Right.
She went on. She made her own school. You know how she started that school?
How?
Her name when she was Mary McLeod Bethune. Okay. Going to the trash can, getting paperboard boxes, cardboard boxes from the trash can to start her school. Making sweet potato pies.
Wow.
And selling them to get their school started. Now they have a school named after her. See, we got to know, because somebody tell you no, because she was denied, sometime a denial will bring on progress in your life.
Yes.
One of the priests was speaking on that Sunday morning, something he was denied of, but he didn't stop. Sometimes we started blaming folks what they didn't do because of the color. But you don't let that stop you.
Do you think that's a mindset? Because I agree with you, but we have this conversation. Not everybody has that mindset. Like, Kendra talks about her story about how, she didn't let, having a child young or any of the challenges stop her. She did what she had to do. But then you have some of these young mothers who they act like, well, I can't do nothing, or I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I guess with your experience and everything that you have been through, what would you say breaks that barrier?
What your experience? What did you learn from that experience? And you only learn by doing.
Yeah.
Just like I had 3 kids. Single mother.
Yeah.
3 children. Oh, I had been able to tell me what I could do, but I made a lot of them. And I think when people tell you what you can't do, because they're not doing anything.
Trying to hold you back or projecting with where they are, so that, as they say, misery loves company.
Yes. I totally agree with that.
So, to get a little bit back into your story, so now you've done Horse and Dicky, you've done what's the name of the
Culture Coffee.
Culture Coffee. So, outside of just doing all these things, and I talked about how you are with as a mother, but I think I also want to shine a light on the guidance that you've given other women, how instrumental you were with Crystal, just those things about yourself.
Like being a mentor.
Well, sometimes things can happen in people's lives, and I still believe in doing. You got to do it, and you cannot let. It's all start with a mindset. What you want to do, determine that you go. How great are our determination? See, our ancestors, they had a determination that they was going to do in spite of. Fannie Lou Hamer. All of these people had a determination, and there was a song. One thing, before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go. They'd rather be die and buried than for somebody to try to stop them. I think something happened to one of her children, and we don't want our children to be a slave. I didn't want to be a slave, but you got to have that. What you gonna do? I myself, if I don't want to be, I'm not gonna be no slave to nobody. Before I be a slave, I be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord, and then you're saved. And like I was telling somebody, she came to me. You said something I didn't understand the meaning of it. And King said it in one of his speeches. A man can only ride your back when it's bent.
You got to stand up.
Okay.
You got to get up off them shoulders.
She didn't know what it meant. And what did I mean by that? She said she had been thinking about it. I said, okay, I'm standing up straight. Can you get up on my back? I got you bend it over, hit your climb on it, and ride it. So you don't bend your back. Stand strong for what you believe in. So what does some of us believe in?
You said you're looking forward to teaching these young people.
You're just having something, just coming together, because I just have so much wisdom and knowledge. I think I don't want to take this to my grave. I want to leave it back here.
Yeah.
And the same thing with make my case.
Yeah.
I gave a class on baking cakes.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people say, well, you don't give out your recipes. Some of the most knowledge is in the ground. I don't want to leave back here. I want to leave a legacy. So y'all got to have something to go on.
And what does it hurt you to tell somebody your recipe? Because at the end of the day, when you baking the cake, I'm not going to bake it exactly. Even if you tell me step by step, my hands are not your hands.
And your heart is not my heart.
Right. Exactly. So what does it hurt to give your recipe?
I don't understand. People are so negative about certain things. And just like this girl came past yesterday, and I will let you, I have a piece of cake I'm about to share with you.
Okay.
Before it's on, don't let me forget it.
I ain't gonna. I promise you, I won't let you forget that.
I was on. Do you cook?
Not really, no. Miss Christine, don't put me on blast on the podcast. I can cook. I can make like the basics, but I'm not like the person that you call for Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
She gonna get me together.
we all have different gifts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Good girl.
Well, this was
another great episode. I know. We gonna end it here, but I ain't leaving without my cake, so make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Jump down in them comments. How did you enjoy yourself?
I had fun.
You did enjoy yourself? I'm so glad we had an opportunity to do this. It's something that I feel like we will be able to keep for a long time. And then also the gems that you have given us just as women, and the struggles and the things that you've gone through and what you've overcome is so inspirational. And I hope that people can take something from this and at least, move their lives forward with it.
I have so many younger people that I would like for, the younger. It's the lady, she does our exercise downstairs. I would like to talk to her. It's just things that they don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen, let us know who you want. We'll send them the podcast.
We're gonna send them the podcast
so they can hear this conversation and they can get something from it.
Oh yeah, it's something be learned from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for coming on our podcast today.
I hope y'all had as much fun as I did.
I did. This blessed me. Both of my grandparents are gone, so this is like, like that for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm your grandma.
And you are.
Hello. This is why I brought her. And I thank you. And what we're gonna do?
Drink to that.
Yes.